Hi everyone, welcome back. It is Wednesday of week 3 of me trying to start this new habit of working out before work. Last week I matched what I did on week 1, where I worked out 3 days that week, Monday through Friday, but I did do 2 of those days before work. This week, Monday was a holiday. I didn't count it because I didn't have to get up for work. Yesterday I worked out after work. My husband, I forget exactly what the issue was with yesterday, but I think I got up and maybe I went back to sleep and I did work out after. I am actually sitting outside of my doctor's office. I am going in for my 3-month checkup or check-in on how I'm doing. So it's always interesting to see when you weigh in at the doctor. I don't know if anyone else has this experience. It's always a little different on a different scale. So I weigh myself a lot at home on my scale, and then I could weigh myself in the morning on my scale and then come to the doctor, and it can be anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds different. So I've had to kind of like learn to let that go. I used to try to argue with my doctor and be like, no, but I swear I weighed in like 3 pounds less today on my scale at home. It doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I know to me, like those 3 to 5 pounds can seem like a really big difference. But really what my doctor's looking at is, am I still continuing to lose weight? Am I doing the things that I need to be doing? Because being on the weight loss medication does not make you lose weight. There is nothing magical in the medication that makes you lose weight. Its main function is really just appetite suppressant. And for me, the food noise that it turns off in your head. So I'm kind of interested and excited to see how my appointment goes today. My plan is, hopefully if I get home in time, if I can beat my husband home, is to work out again today after work as I did yesterday, and then hopefully get back into working out in the morning. I'm very weird about if I get up and like my husband or my son is up and about at 5 o'clock in the morning, which would be strange to some people, but it's just how my family is. If they're up and about, I will not get up and work out in the living room with them up and about. So that's kind of some of the obstacles that I have in this trying to make myself get up and work out in the morning. I have been having a really hard time. I have been at 205 pounds for a couple of weeks now. And I've been having a really hard time with it because that being under 200 pounds is a huge goal. But I have to remember what my doctor said one time, is that even when sometimes when you start to plateau for a few weeks, you need to look at other things, because it doesn't mean that you're not changing and losing. It just might not be showing actual weight on the scale. So for example, like I said, I've been struggling to lose these 5 pounds, and I just want to see that number on the scale. I want to see a 1 instead of a 2, really bad. But even though I've been struggling, I did notice that I've gone down a whole nother size in clothes without losing the weight. And that's something that my doctor said is sometimes like do your measurements. Not that I've done that, but I can see the difference in how my clothes are fitting. So sometimes it's like the nature of your body is changing. You're growing more muscle and losing more fat. And while that might not show on the scale, it will still show in your body. So keeping my fingers crossed, get some good feedback from the doctor today. And hopefully I'll have another update for you guys for this week.